That's not me laughing here, guys. It's Lord Gamolt. And at the time, he was watching me stream the game on Twitch and recording at the same time. I often do that. Well, now it's been a couple of, well, maybe a week or two that I haven't done that because I've been busy with other stuff. And people have been asking me to do commentary over, get the tips and tricks, and do some types of gameplay analysis. And I will try to do that on every video where Lord Gamolt, well, you think he talks alone. He was talking with me. The device is not picking up my voice. Simple. And I didn't want to leave his voice again out of context because I feel like it's just weird. Especially when he rewatched the video and he hears himself. So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to tell you a trick that goes on for every single multiplayer game that would be, we'll say, third-person shooter, first-person shooter, and that will only work if you're playing alone, okay? If you're playing with a team, totally different gameplay. Some of you will understand that if you played alone before and if you played with a team after. So it's going to give you a good idea, and you're going to have a already good idea of how it works. When you're playing alone, what you want to do is you want to stay, again, for every type of game, you want to stay on the border of the map. Why? Simply put this way, it's going to give you a better view and oversight of what's happening around. Because when you're alone, no one's going to have your back. Okay, let's put it that way. Unless you stand around with your teammate and you follow your teammate, which I don't advise, because when you play with random, you don't know what type of teammate you're going to get. Are you going to get good player, or are you going to get shitty player? You're going to find out along the way, of course. And here, I should have kept hitting the guy. Like, I just made a mistake here, and that's why sometimes I say I'm not perfect, and I do make mistake. And thank you for reviving me, sir. When you're not sure, also a thing you can resort to is just jumping down in the water. If you go like deep enough in the water, in the depth of the water, there's some shark. No, there's no such thing. But it's going to protect you from the bullet, and it's going to make it harder for the enemy to see you. Okay? So when you play alone, again, you stay on the border of the map. You have a better views of what's around, and you can react accordingly. When you're playing with a full team, it's going to be totally different, especially if your team has a good communication system, and if they've been playing together for a while. At some point they don't even need to talk, you know, they complement each other, as we say. And me, I actually suck, honestly, when I play with some team. Why? Because I'm so used to playing alone that I feel like when I'm playing with a full team, I'm not as useful, you know? I feel like I'm kind of useless. Truth is, I'm not useless because all that matters, and some of you will say, well, all that matters is have fun in a game. It's true, but it's more fun when you win, you know? Especially when you're playing alone and the outcome is going to be different each time. Because sometimes you're going to get good players, sometimes you're going to get shitty player. So it's all going to depend. And here I threw a grenade and never exploded, or it went down the water or something. I don't know what happened. So playing it with a team, of course, you're always going to have the advantage. That's natural. Why? Because you're going to have 4 people who have your back, compared to here, no one. And that's why I say I suck, because I don't do as much when I'm playing with a full team. It's harder to stand out because all the players usually are equally good majority of the time. Talking about good team here, okay? So it's harder to stand out, it's harder to score more points, and me, I feel useless. It's another reason why sometimes I do like to play alone, because I feel like I'm more useful. I stand out more, do more kill. But truth is, though, it's not as fun because I could win a lot more if I had a full team. Simple as that. And here you see that, again, I stay on the border of the map, and I've been doing that also, same for Call of Duty when I was playing. I stopped playing because now I feel like Call of Duty game are, like, just too over the top. I mean, now we're in fucking space and shit like that. Give me a fucking break. At the time when I was playing, all my friends were asking me how, like, I had a so good KD. Because in the Call of Duty games, I had a 4.0 higher, like 4.0 plus KD. So that's 4 kill for 1 death. And that's really good because if you would check in leaderboard for a lot of games, the majority of the time, the KD for a lot of people, average we'll say, is like, we'll say 1.0. So 4.0 is really good, and even more so when you're playing alone. And here, I'm not trying to be an arrogant prick boosting myself. No, I'm not. I'm just stating something. It's not me. I did compare. And I'm not saying I'm better than someone else who would play alone or people who would play in team or anything like that. And I'm not saying even that I'm the best at all, you know. Far from it. And here you see I actually just made a fucking mistake. I should have stayed inside. Well, at the time I made a mistake. And it's actually funny to rewatch myself playing after all that time. Because it's really putting me out of context for when I actually played the game. Because I knew what was happening at the time. So if I did the commentary straight up after doing the game, I could have tell you what was going on, or hell, do a live commentary, but again, the device wasn't picking up the sound. I could have recorded it from the program on the PC. That would have been a lot of trouble at the time. I could do it now, and it would actually be nice, because then you could hear my voice and Lord Gamolt at the same time. That's what I think I'm going to do next time, actually. But for now, because all these videos were pre-recorded a while back, well, again, I'm going to do commentary over the video with Lord Gamolt. And so to come back to what my friend, when they were asking me how I had, like, so good KD, well, I told them, dude, you play the game and you always go in the middle of the map when, like, because I watched them play it with some of my friends, I was going to see them, and they always asked me to play because they were like, do a nuke in Call of Duty. So I was like, okay, give me some time. So, like, it's not a nuke on command. And I'm just human after all. And they say, how you do it? I said, do you watch me fucking play? I just play it in front of you, man. And you see that I don't go in the middle of the map like an idiot just because I see someone and I try to get the kill. Because that's the problem of a lot of people. What they do is they see an enemy and they will run straight at him without even thinking. Well, when you run to someone, make sure first of all that he's alone, and make sure you're going to get the kill. Because Call of Duty, it was really nice. You shoot someone, oh, he dies. And here I'm going to get overwhelmed. But I remember I take 2 of them down with me, and that was a nice try. I could have run away, but hey, I did 2 down. That was pretty nice. No one was here to back me up, though. So, yeah, if you go in the middle of the map alone, you're gonna get shredded. It's normal. And you say, I just hear my friend reacting, you almost got him. And that's why you're gonna have more liberty of going where you want when you play with a full team. It's gonna give you more freedom of movement. Because in here, like, I'm restrained. I'm really restrained. Because I know if I go in the middle, I can get overwhelmed from, like, all sides. People can shoot at me from all sides. And a lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people are complaining about the Hunter. I mean, yeah, I stopped using the Hunter like a while back because I feel like they put his price too high and it's not worth it now. People can melt him. But people complain about the Hunter at some point being OP. But it's not OP. You run away from him, you kill him, and it's giving you money. It's just people thinking that an NPC that can do damage in the multiplayer game doesn't have its place there. Well, kill streak in Call of Duty were pretty much always the same thing. I mean, when you use a Predator missile, even though you're controlling it, it's still something that's outside the game. I know here it's following, but I mean, if you could hide yourself somewhere and control your fucking Hunter, wouldn't that be even more powerful because you could dodge like peoples and shit? And you would see them shooting at you and then you could hide because you have so much health. It wouldn't be fair. So I mean, I don't know. Every time there's something in the multiplayer game, there's always people complaining about this and that. And hey, every multiplayer game is gonna have its flaw and it's gonna have its positive aspect. And in that case, I do feel like there's way more positive than negative. I just say that they should add more game mode. And here I'm gonna do a really nice rope pounce. And it would have been nice if it was the last kill. Now the game is finishing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I didn't talk that much about the gameplay, but if you do have any question, guys, leave it in the comment below. So, peace out.
That was epic.